Hey everyone, what's up? So here we are about to taxi out on our flight and just hit the L key to get all the lights on and just checking out how the interior looks. You got this adjustable dome light, which is pretty cool, and you also have an adjustable floodlight to set the brightness. There's a nice little effect on the panel. Yeah, right about there. It's still pretty daylight out. So these switches, one adjusts the center lights on the switches there, center lighting, and the bottom one for the gauges. Yeah, I really like the lighting on this panel. This is the annunciator test switch. Looks good. You get a nice little ambient noise there. And I'm just going to go ahead and get our clearance and we'll taxi out.
Tower November 195 Foxtrot Sierra IFR to Boeing, ready to copy.
November 195 Foxtrot Sierra is cleared to Boeing Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 30 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 132.6 squawk 0672.
November 195 Foxtrot Sierra cleared to Boeing Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 30 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 132.6 squawk 0672.
5 Foxtrot Sierra readback is correct. Contact ground on 123.0 when ready to taxi.
Ground November 195 Foxtrot Sierra ready to taxi IFR.
November 195 Foxtrot Sierra taxi to an hold short of runway 30 via taxiway Bravo cross runway 26 Bravo. Contact tower on 123.0 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 30 using taxiway Bravo cross runway 26 Bravo 5 Foxtrot Sierra.
So I don't know how realistic this is, but when you first taxi out from a parked stationary position, I really feel like I gotta punch that throttle, hold it there, a little brake check there, to get this thing moving. So it does simulate a heaviness of this aircraft, but I just don't know how realistic that would be compared to the real thing. But nonetheless, it seems like they tried to simulate that. So it's just something I was curious about. I've never flown this aircraft in real life, so just keep that in mind. The other thing is when you're turning the rudder pedals as you taxi the nose wheel, it seems like the sound effect is on repeat, as you could kind of hear it there, and it really is just kind of a nuisance kind of sound, and you know, I think maybe it's a bug or something, but yeah, it just sounds kind of silly. So here we are taxiing up to the runway, hold short, and yeah, there's no before takeoff checklist that I'm used to doing at this stage. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of improvise and do my own little run-up but due to the small ignition switch at the bottom of the panel there, I just kind of like, I don't know, test the left magneto and watch the RPM fall and go back up, and then I just call it good from there. So yeah, sorry for the unrealistic mag check, but hey, whatever, at least one of them works, right?
Foxtrot Sierra, ready to go runway 30 IFR to Boeing.
November 195 Foxtrot Sierra, cleared for takeoff runway 30.
Cleared for takeoff runway 30 November 195 Foxtrot Sierra.
All right, let's boogie. Clear. I don't know what to say about that. nav mode on GPS. And for the most part, all the systems on the autopilot work. I had no issues. The vertical speed works. The altitude hold works. It's the kind of altitude hold where once you get to the altitude you're aiming for, just hit that button. It'll level the aircraft out and hold that altitude. That's how it works. But yeah, I really had no issues with the autopilot so far. Guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and step away from the mic here while we enter the rest of the cruise. So just sit back and enjoy the flight.
approach November 1905 Foxtrot Sierra is out of 8,900 feet for 4,900 feet.
November 1905 Foxtrot Sierra Seattle approach continue to VAMPS as planned. Altimeter 29.96.
Alright, looks like I picked up a bit of ice going through those clouds back there, but luckily the airplane stayed airborne. I was actually losing quite a bit of airspeed, which the ice does seem to affect the flight dynamics. But what's pretty cool is there was actually a lot more ice than you see here, and a lot of it's starting to melt off as that warmer air out of those clouds. So that actually is a pretty nice effect there, and realistic. So here we are about to start our approach. The aircraft actually is flying the approach off the GPS, and it's doing it fairly great. So yeah, I haven't been displeased with how the GPS works so far.
Descend and maintain 1,700 feet 5 Foxtrot Sierra.
As far as the engines go, engine management is a thing with this aircraft. To avoid overstressing the engine, you do have to fiddle with the prop lever and the mixture as you gain altitude and also as you descend as well. Say that I wish it had a GNS 530, but realistically, this is a pretty realistic setup with those two GPSs there.
Cleared RNAV
This area, I always tend to get a little bit of FPS decrease because of all the buildings and all the dynamic scenery below. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily due to the aircraft. It's just my computer, the density of the scenery. So hope it's not too hard to watch. The aircraft is in approach mode, and as far as that goes, you have localizer guidance but no glide slope. So glide slope, you're on your own, but I have it switched off at this point, and I'm just flying it in manually. So
Boeing ground November 1905 Foxtrot Sierra taxi to parking.
November 1905 Foxtrot Sierra taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha 8 cross runway 32 right Alpha 8 Alpha Alpha 9er cross runway 32 left Bravo 5 Bravo Bravo 5.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha 8 cross runway 32 right Alpha 8 Alpha Alpha 9er cross runway 32 left Bravo 5 Bravo Bravo 5 5 Foxtrot Sierra.
all right. So anyway, I think for $24.99 for what you get is a fair price. I will say the Just Flight Arrow that's going to be coming out is probably a higher fidelity aircraft. You will get a little bit more in-depth systems operation with that aircraft. The flight dynamics, from what I've seen so far, look probably a lot more realistic. But all in all, I mean, this isn't a bad aircraft. I really like it, and quite honestly, hey, why not just get both? Like, if you want something with a little more modern cockpit, I think Carenado here did a pretty good job. But don't get me wrong, I'm probably not going to get the Just Flight Arrow. I'm going to see what else they come out with. But for the meantime, I'm good with this aircraft. I like it, and I think any fan of the newer Piper will be as well. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll catch you later. All right.